Okay, I don't care if there's anyone in here or not, because I just want to set the record straight about a few things. I really don't listen to all you women's 24-hour, 11-hour long hate streams. I really don't, but sometimes I get sent some interesting little clips. And I happened to receive a clip, and it was from Old Gal, who I named Old Gal when I first met her almost 3 years ago. You call her Scamber. I call her Old Gal. And D. So they're sitting up there doing their usual, what the fuck ever, who cares? Hi, Jules. Hey, look at my pinkness. Look. Anyway, they were sitting up there doing their usual yab nonsensical bullshit. And then old D says, I have it to play it for you, but I'm just going to tell you because I have a real sharp mind and I can remember exactly. Oh! Let the freedom ring. The Pecan Mafia's got your back, ladies. We're going to expose truth at every step. There'll be no more lies and denies. It's all going to be exposed. You like that sound, Hyena? You want to let them bells ring? And they're aspirin. Oh, gal, they're aspirin. Meth does not come in a pill form unless you buy the little clear capsules and put it in there yourself, which I've never done. But since you know everything about everything, you're probably right. But I'm not going to concede to you just yet because I think I'm the expert on that. Now, to get back to the question. Dee was sitting there and she said, I don't know if she called me oldest and baddest or Terry Time or Meth Ma, whatever the fuck she called me. They were talking about me. I don't know what Terry Time's doing hanging around with Jules. I thought she didn't like cop collars and snitches. And old gal piped up and said, yeah, me too. That was surprising. Well, let me just tell you why, both of you, so you get it real fucking straight in your head. I had never met Jules. I already said this once before. I'd never met her. I saw her one time feeding her squirrels. I asked her what filter she had. She told me Larissa. She sent me the filter. And then she blocked me. Never heard from her, talked to her, or about her again. I nicknamed her Squirrel Girl. And that was it. So, when you're talking about cop collars and snitching, I don't have no proof that this girl's done any of that. No proof whatsoever. Just yappity-yapping mouths. But I do have proof that you, old gal, and you, D, have called the cops because I still have the recordings. And I heard you both doing it. So that is absolute proof. And I don't care what your excuses were because they weren't good enough. D said somebody tried to talk her into it. Well, that same somebody that talked her into it has tried to talk me into plenty of things. And I told her to do her own dirty work. I don't do people's dirty work for them. I wouldn't call a cop for anybody. And Scamber was totally discredited by the timeline when it was played. But getting further, I don't have to explain to you why Jules and me hooked up and why I like her. I just want to make it real clear. In a whole pit full of cop calling, CPS calling, job calling women, I find her to be humorous, smart, witty, a pure animal lover, and until she does something to me, we're going to be cool. And I'm in the Mafia now. I made it. I got made. And I can't tell you what the oath is. There's an oath. And I took it, and I'm not going to tell anybody. But I'll tell you right now, if she's doing all this stuff that you people accuse her of, she hasn't showed me any of it yet. She is wonderful. She needs to start her channel and do commentating. She did a crime thing. A true crime thing. It was about an actual person that she knew with personal pictures, personal things. It was wonderful. I like her, and I'm going to like her until something tells me different. And so far, the only people I know for sure that are snakes and snitches are D and old gal, and I'm not going to mention her name, and Gangster and all of them because they don't know it. They've either admitted it to me, talked about it with me, told me they did this, told me they did that. And I want to get something else straight right now. I do not condone any cop calling. I will not be part of it. I think it's despicable. Calling kids, talking about kids is despicable, and a bunch of them have done that too. So don't worry about me and Jules being friends. That's none of your business. I wish I'd have met her 3 years ago and I wouldn't have wasted all these other time on these deadbeats that talk about little hate streams day in, day out, same thing. I can't listen to them anymore. Even though I own Reddit, and it's my job to inform people, I cannot listen to those women anymore. The only one that I like listening to is the witch, because there's something about her voice. If I put her, but she repeats herself 100 million times. I got a little advice for you, witch, and I know you probably won't listen to me. Drop the SNA story. People have already made their mind up about it. They either believe it or they don't. Go on the attack. Go on the attack, because when I do my live Sunday, Nancy and I are going to show everybody exactly how that jpeg works. And there's no way that that witch got on jpeg and called old gal's son without using her real name, her real address, and her real ID, because I've done it, and I've done it plenty of times. So that is a total lie. That's what the witch needs to be concentrating on, not that stupid-ass story that nobody gives a fuck about. She needs to be breaking holes, and the old gal story, because she's left shit hanging. Supposedly, she talked to the ex-husband, and he was so talkative. Never heard no more about that. When her son called her, she had to tell him what name to say. He would have had to put the name on his list exactly, and he wouldn't have been putting Siwa Moon, because they check your ID. Nancy and me are going to show you all this Sunday. Her nephew's in jail right now. We're going to show you what it takes to get through to somebody. You have to have their full name, their middle initial, their prison number. They have to have you on their list exactly like it shows up on your ID, and your address has to match up with your ID. You just can't willy-nilly send a JPAL out to anybody you want to. So you'll probably not take my advice, witch. I'm telling you right now, you're wasting your time with that story. Everybody has made their mind up about it. They either believe it or they don't. And going over and over and over and over, it's not doing nothing but making you look totally stupid. So I did go to sleep while you were talking last night. I like that one woman you had on there, that EKC. I really like her. You should have more interesting guests. And I want everybody to lay off a reel. You have destroyed his YouTubes, his Twitch, everything. He's still been nothing but wonderful to me. And I'm tired of you people beating on a dead horse. It's sickening. Do something different. If you want to do true crime, try to find something. I'm going to do a true crime. Happened right here in Grand Saline. I knew the guy that was the murderer. I knew the girl that got murdered. That stuff's interesting. That stuff that Jules did yesterday was interesting. She actually knew the dude. Had pictures and everything. I was riveted. And I don't get riveted by very many people on here. And I don't know how much longer I'm going to fool around with that stupid Reddit. Because if I have to keep covering these stupid 24-hour marathons, I'm going to go crazy myself. Because I can't listen to them. If somebody sends me something kind of good, I'll listen to it for a minute. And somebody said that old TL, I wish she didn't have my name. Oh, I can't stand people getting me mixed up with her. Something about she couldn't own a or didn't like Pekingese or something. Well, guess what? Me and Hyena are fine with that, because we don't like her either. Come here, Hyena. What would even make her think she could own a high-quality dog like this? What would even make that mumbling, stumbling drunk think she could ever have a Pekingese? Won't happen. So you go ahead and make your little comments, because they all get sent straight to me. And I wasn't going to say nothing, but since Hyena is my life, and she gives blessings, and she doesn't want me to hate anybody, it's not going to do her any good, because I hate who I want to hate. Oh, and let me straighten something else out, too, now that I got me and Jules straightened out. The Pecan Ladies, I finally met them. Yes, I did. They're harmless. They're not doing anything either. They seem like a wonderful bunch of ladies that just wanted to get away from all the bullshit and be together. Now, they're not my cup of tea. They're a little bit too calm for me, because I like to talk rough and do rough stuff, but those ladies are lovely and they're wonderful. And however that rumor got started about them, it is wrong, 100% wrong. Those ladies aren't bothering anybody. They're not doing any undercover stuff with a bunch of sock accounts. They're harmless. They're not sending snakes through the mail. They're not doing none of that shit. So don't worry about the Pecan Ladies. Go over there and enjoy their wonderful YouTube channel. I won't be back because I don't watch reality TV. And I like people that got a little cussing going on and stuff. And as far as the Mafia goes, if this Jules is capable of half the stuff you women said she did, she ain't making me do nothing. She has not asked me to go on one undercover thing. I don't know if she don't think I'm capable. I've got 20 profiles, people. Them profile. Why do you women make such a big deal out of a fake profile? I've got 20 of them. I've got probably 10 on Facebook. Don't mean nothing. Shut up about it. If that's the worst thing you've ever done on your life is had a fake profile, then you ain't nothing. Do you want to give a blessing? Huh? You want to give a blessing? That's up to you. It's up to you. Go ahead. Do you want to? All right. All right. That's not much of one. There you go. That's better. Put 2 paws. 2 paws, people. You're getting a 2 paws blessing. And Hyena told me a long time ago that this community was never going to be anything but exactly what it is. A bunch of backstabbing, snitching, cop-calling motherfuckers. And if I want to be friends with Jules, then I'm going to be friends with Jules. And I'm in the Mafia, and Nancy's going to be in Sunday. And we got some guys in there. I put some salt miners in there. But so far, she hasn't made us do anything. I don't know when she's going to make us do something, but I'm ready. I'm ready to do all that stuff. All that stuff that she does, all them IP addresses and all that shit. I'll learn how to do it. I'm going to be her #1 captain before I'm through. Anybody that can make me rock this Larissa filter, because you women admitted you tried the Larissa and it only looks good on certain people. I think they have to be Mafia people for it to look good. And this pink is rocking, people. It's rocking. And if Jules would get a channel, I wouldn't have to fall asleep listening to the witch. I could listen to her. But of all of you, the witch is the best one to listen to. I don't really pay attention to what she's saying, but I like the way she speaks fast and puts sentences together pretty quick. So I would read you a book, but I don't really feel like reading. I'm a pretty fast reader. Oh, I got another little baby. This dog thinks he's got to be up here too. This is Picasso. Picasso, the next star. The next star. Aren't you going to be the next star? Oh, and for everybody's information, especially TLU, since you like to play my lives and make fun of them and see who's in there and stuff, Nancy is agreeing to be on here. I'm not forcing her. She's not sick. She's going to be on the live with me, and we're going to do a jpeg experience. We're actually going to get a hold of Robbie, her nephew, and show you exactly what it takes to do a jpeg. And believe you me, that witch didn't do all that. She'd go to give her real address and real name out, and then when Amber had the kid call her, he didn't even know what name she had. He didn't even know what her real name was, so it's phony. It's made up. The witch didn't no more send him a jpeg than I did. And if you women still want to believe her cock and bullshit, that's on you. D, oh gal, I'm friends with Jules. Get over it. Get over it. Because if she's doing any cop calling or any of that shit, she ain't doing it around me. So, as far as I know, it's all made up. It's all made up. And I can't see anybody in here. I put my glasses on. When I put my glasses on, it makes a glare. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a live Sunday with Nancy. And keep your pill bottles ringing, ladies. And this is aspirin. Meth doesn't come in a pill. Miss Know-It-All. Oh, gal, maybe you need to Google that. Find out before you run your mouth. Do a little research for once. Bye. Arrivederci. Be kind to animals. Stop animal abuse of all kinds. Stop talking about it. Stop joking about it because it's not funny.